All right, we're on our last angle here. It's 5 degrees this way. This will be tapered 5 degrees this way to give clearance on the front when you're boring, give you a 5-degree clearance on this edge. So we're just going to start off, touch off here, and go back and forth on the y-axis until we meet right about here, and then we'll stop. Go up a little bit more on the Z. Let me see, I don't know if that end mill's going to get the whole thing. No. So we're just going to have to do a little at a time here. Go upward. Just try taking a few thousandths at a time. There's 15. Let's see how this goes. I'm going to pause here a minute, see if I've got a longer end mill. I can do that whole thing without rubbing here. Otherwise I have to move up and down a little bit. So I'll just pause here and see if I've got another end mill. All right, I found another end mill here. It's a high-speed steel. It's sharpened. And we'll just touch right off here again and try this again. Oh! All right, see if this one works. $20 thousandths here. getting there. Let me double check here and see where my cutting edges are, where my flutes are at if they're going to make this. Looks like it just make it. Let's try some 10s here. Just maybe 5 more. See what a 5 does. Let me see here. Gotta stop a second and see, make sure it's got it all the way to the edge here. It looks like it. I think just a couple thousandths here. See what happens. Probably about 3. I think I got her there. Yeah, that's good. Okay. That finishes this part. I've got all my relief angles. I've got 5 degrees here, 5 degrees here, and 5 degrees this way. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-degree angles that I had to mill on this. Now, next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to relieve some of this, and we got to cut our pocket for our cnmg. I'll get back with you when I'm ready to do the other stuff. Okay, we're going to drill and tap this hole for the cnmg insert, and then I'll scribe a line around it to mill out the pocket for this. Anyway, I did this off camera. I messed around in the vise and stuff over there, set this up in elevation to bring this up to the back of the square HR or ER40 collet block, so I could punch that. But you'll see in the picture, I have a 50 thousandths gauge block here with my Starrett rule clamped to this, and then put the insert in here. Now I could probably use an edge finder, but see, as you go back or forward a little bit, that changes that whole dimension, you know, where it's going to be the center of it. You know, both ends are tapered at 5 degrees, so I just did it this way to get maybe a little more accurately. We're going to find this center here now with my center finder here. We'll get her close here. Let's see. I'm going to go back a little bit. Get her real close. Looks like it's got to come back a little bit more. Right about there. And I think back on the x-axis just a little bit. It's starting to look pretty good right there. A little bit more here. Close as I can tell, it looks like we're there. The touch here. Let me see. I think I might call that. That's about as close as I'm going to get that. If I have to, if it doesn't hang over far enough, I want at least 50 thousandths clearance or hangover on this edge of the cnmg. I can always mill a little bit more off that to bring it closer to the outside of the edge. Okay, we're going to drill this, lock everything down here. we're going to drill this to size 30 drill bit and then tap it to 4x07 metric for the screws I've got to hold that insert in place. So right now I've got to change over to the collets. I'm going to use a collet for the drill, and I've got a collet that I can start the tap with, and then we'll go from there. We'll pause this here and get it set up. All right, I got a 3.3 millimeter drill bit in here, and I'm going to go down about, maybe a ½ inch or something like that, and then tap that. So I'm going to see if this will start. I'm just going to take my time and peck that a little bit to get it in position. Looks like she's all right. We'll do a little drilling now. Like I said, I'm going to go down maybe ½ inch or a little less. Screws aren't that long anyway, so. But I don't have a bottom tap for this, so I've got to go make the hole a little deeper. Should be about enough already. No hurt to have a little deeper. I think that's going to be enough here. All right. Now I'll get set up and we'll chamfer this off and then start the tap with the collet I have set up for it, and then I'll do it by hand the rest of the way. All right, I've got a 3/16 collet in here holding this chamfer tool, and I'll just do a little bit on this so I can get my tap started a little easier. That should do it. All right, now we'll get set up with the tap and a collet and start it there. All right, I've got my tap in here. It's a 4x07 metric. I've got it in a 4 millimeter collet, and I'm going to start this and then I'll finish it with my tap wrench. Make sure I got enough room and everything here. Looks like it. Okay, now let's see, I think I'll just leave that there and get the collet loosened up. Oh, I can't do that, I guess, right now. Okay, we're gonna have to back it out. Okay, we're gonna get set up for the tap wrench now. Get this collet and tap out of here. My tap. There. Okay. This tap back in here. Grab my tap wrench on here. Should have about enough thread now, but let's go a little bit more. Those 4x07 screws are not real long. There's not a lot of thread on them. Okay, I think I'll call that and see how this fits now. All right. We'll get this out of here and do a little cleanup and stuff, and then get ready to get the cnmg insert on there. All right, my screw fits real nice in here. I got to take this, clean this up real good. I'm going to put some marker glue on here and put the insert in, get it straightened out and everything, and then scribe a line on where the pocket where I need to mill it out, and then I'll bring it back here and we'll finish it over here. All right, I'm set up here. I glued that and then scribed a line around my cnmg when I had it set where I wanted it. I'm going to find this corner and I'm going to put a 1/4 inch pocket in there, 200 thousandths deep, and then we'll mill the rest of this out to the lines. Got to change over to this 1/4 inch end mill now. All right, I've got my 1/4 inch end mill head set up here. I'm going to touch off and then use my Z-axis to come up 200 thousandths. There's my touch off, and I'll zero out my Z-axis, and we'll start cutting. You see where we're at here. Yeah, that should be a big enough pocket, I believe. I have a 4-flute carbide center cutting end mill in here, 1/4 inch. We're getting there. 180 right now, 190. All right, there's my 200 thousandths. All right, I'm gonna stop this for a second. I'll clean that up. Bring this back up out of the way here for a second. Now in my pocket, I'm gonna mill that 195 thousandths. Drop that insert down in there. I just gotta watch my lines. There we go. I might have to rethread some more. I forgot about the pocket. Okay. We got to find our edge here. I'm going to start right about here and see where I'm at on my line. We'll do a little touch there and see what it looks like. It's right on the line. So we're going to go with that. But I got to come over and touch this other line too. So my y-axis right now is okay. I've got to move the x over and just get a touch there. Got to come back a little. Do a touch right about there. Maybe just back a little bit, just a fraction, make sure I'm okay. We'll touch that and see what it looks like. Yeah, I need to come over just a little bit back a little bit, a couple of thousandths. just a little bit more, a few thousandths. Just a touch more. Okay. Now we got both those set. I'll set my X and Y axis as at 0. And okay, we're going to touch off here. I'm going to go 100 and let me check my settings here again. 195 thousandths deep. See if I'm touching really here. Okay, that's it. 0 on my Z-axis. I'm going to do the 195 and just go real slow milling out of here. We're getting there, almost. It's 180. All right, 190. $195. Lock the Z down here. Blow this off. And then mill back out of there. Just go real slow with it. All right, we'll clean this up here a little bit and take a look at that. Oh boy, I'm gonna have to do some tall drilling and retapping. I forgot all about the pocket. Okay, now we'll go back to our X0 and mill out. And we'll be resetting back up to do some more tapping and drilling. Okay, let's crank this back here now. Turn that on here. Let's see if I'm on my line here. At least my Y. Oh! Screwed up there. Try to crank her back too much. Should be all right. Just messed that up a little bit. All right, let's just finish that now. I don't know if I got my depth right here now. gotta take a look at this. Let's pause it here and get this straightened out. Well, that little crash I had broke that other end mill, so I got another one in there. Now I gotta just finish milling this piece off here. I'll have to do a little cleaning on that, but I think it's gonna be okay. But that teaches you stuff. Be careful, I guess. Slow. Let me see here. I don't really want to climb on that one. I'll go change it, move it out to the outside here. Try about there. That should take that all off there. Okay, let's see how this looks. I have to do a little cleanup on it. That edge right there, I screwed that up a little bit. I'm going to pause this. I got to take this out, check stuff out, and then clean up, and we got to probably tap that some more. All right, here it is, finished up. I got a little bit of, had a screw up here. I broke that one end mill, the carbide 1/4 inch 4 flute. This pocket's not perfect, but it should work okay. We're going to put it in the lathe and try a few little light bores with it and see how it holds up. It was a hell of a project trying to get everything angled and stuff just right. There's a lot of different angles and stuff to mess with. My pockets, everything turned out pretty good except for that pocket. I just goofed that up a little bit, but as long as it holds up, it'll make a nice 1 1/4 inch boring bar. I think next time if I had to do the same thing, I'd just buy one. Okay, we'll go set up in the lathe here and try a few cuts. I did one cut just to make sure everything was okay. We'll do another one here. I'm going to run 654 at around 6,000 feed rate, and seems like it does a pretty nice job as long as it holds up on that pocket. All right, here we go. This old piece of pipe's kind of out of whack here. Let me clean this off here. Just had this for a test piece. Okay, now let's take a look. That one's a little bit rough this time, for some reason. It looks like it's okay. Let's just do a 10 while I've got this camera rolling. Do another 10. I don't know what the heck happened here. I must have hit my dial. Let me touch off again. That's why I backed out. Let me touch off again and just try a 10, see if it cleans up better. All right, here's a 10. Let's see how it looks if I get this one done. Yeah, that's a nice finish. Nice and smooth. I think it'll work for me for what once in a while if I need a bigger bar. That turned out pretty good. Okay, we'll finish this up here and we'll get this video on so you can watch the whole thing.